This is your beloved Minister Austin Smith with ZMR Radio on the Wake Up Call. Wake up. Wake up. It's high time.
All right, we do always rise giving all the kabod and all the kabod to the Most High Yah through his being Yahushua HaMashiach. Truly grateful and thankful for yet another opportunity to be alive, an opportunity to have life, health, and strength. It's truly only because of his Rishon. I'm appreciative that he saw fit to show that Raham on me. Of all the people alive, all the people who got so many different situations going on in their lives, so many people that are troubled with all types of things. He saw fit for that not to be our state today, but for us to have this opportunity to get everlasting life. I saw something one time, and it was talking about, how everybody's got some sort of trouble. And then it was like someone on the lines of, if you had the opportunity to take all the troubles of the world and put them in a bag, it was like, would you rather keep keep the troubles you have, or would you take the chance at picking one out of the bag? And that's the thing about it, honestly. Even with the things that we all go through, I wouldn't take the chance at pulling something out of the bag, because it can always be worse than what I got today. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I can pick a problem that's not as big as the problem that I have, but will I have this opportunity to obtain life? Even when I wrote it in the song, when I said, if I could erase every one of my mistakes, every missteps I made, all the things that I hate, would I need them? All my problems cause me to need them even more. All my sicknesses cause me to need them. All the things that are out of my control cause me to look for somebody who's got all control in his hands. If everything that I go through is something that I can deliver myself from, it would be no need for me to have help. And that's the reason why he gave us Yahushua HaMashiach, that he can save his people from their sins, because that was something that we couldn't have done by ourselves. There was no way that we could have obtained salvation without him. We needed him to be able to do that. We needed him to be able to reconcile us to the Father, because everything that we had done had caused us to be separated. So by that, matter of fact, get me Barashit chapter 8. I think it's the 8th chapter of the book of Barashit. We'll read it down. I'll find it, y'all willing. It's the 6th chapter of the 8th chapter. It's slipping my mind at the moment. But nonetheless, we're going to get started at Romans chapter 15:4. Listen to the book.
For whatever Nikatab before,
Whatever proceeded now. Come on.
Nikatab Talamidas. So that through endurance,
I'm going through without quitting, because my ultimate goal is becoming like him, becoming like them, becoming like Yahuah and Yahushua. Even when they came out, they made, man, in Barashit. Matter of fact, give me Barashit chapter 1 and 27. Matter of fact, make it 1 and 20. Come on.
and through the Nakuma of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
Everything that we got, that we have to source our strength back to, everything that we have to source our encouragement back to, even our rubric. Our grading scale to see whether we met the measures, all going to be according to the word. All going to be according to looking back at it and seeing, okay, does this, if I put my life and I compare it against the thing that's written, do I line up? Do I meet the measure? And that's the thing that we have an opportunity to do. If he came back and he graded you right now, you wouldn't be ready. Sometimes a preacher asks a question and you're kind of thinking to yourself like, oh, would I be? You wouldn't be, because if you was ready, he would have took you already. A farmer not going to just leave no crops in the ground and just see how long I can let it sit there, because as long as I let it sit there, what's going to happen? It's going to go bad. It's going to go bad. That's why he said you got to cut the time short. Otherwise, nobody going to be saved. Right. I got to cut it short. When you're ready, I got to go ahead and take it, because otherwise you take a chance at ruining yourself. Right. And so that's why I appreciate Yahuah for giving us this chance and this opportunity, because surely he could have just taken us in our uncleanness and we would have been judged according to it, and what would have happened? Been cast into Sheol. Yeah. Sheol definitely should have been my latter estate, and I know it should have been instead of any one of us. Right. But he saw fit to show such hasid unto it, that hasid of Dawood. Just like what Priest talked about it yesterday, there was no offering that could have been given for the sins that we committed. So that left us where? That left us without access. We had no access. We had no way to be able to get closer back to him. We had no way to be able to draw nigh to him. So that meant that if I can't go to the one that can give help, then that means I'm what? I'm helpless. If I can't go to where help is, then I'm helpless. That's why I appreciate the fact he gave us an avenue. So not only was Yahushua the door, but he was the way. Right. He created access to us. He allowed us to be able to be reconciled to the Father. You got to appreciate them, man. That's why when people be like, they don't have no need for Yahushua, they don't have no need for the Son, because you got the Father. Well, I don't know how you're going to get there, because the sins you committed, that severed your ties. So how you going to get back to him? What is it that you're going to have to be able to tell this man, hey, you know what? I know I done wrong, but come back and see me. Right. Come back and hear me. Come back and save me. Help me. For what? Right. You're a transgressor. When I tried to help you, what did you do? You went contrary to me. So now you couldn't have wanted me. But come on, let's see. I got them holding Bereshit chapter 8. Yeah, go ahead and give me Bereshit chapter 8. They're called the book of Genesis. Listen to the book.
But Elohim, Zakar, Nuach, and all the beasts
Make it 6.
and all the cattle that
Make it-
were with him in the tower.
Make it chapter 6. That's tube 2. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know if she was trying to get my attention or not. Oh, she was trying to get my attention. Okay. I did see that string, and I was gonna go cut it, but it was too tight on time. I didn't have the time to go cut it. Bereshit, they call it the book of Genesis, chapter 6. Listen to the book.
Now it came about when the Ish began to multiply on the pioneer of the Arats,
That's what I want. Mm-hmm.
and Banu were born to them, that the Beni of Elohim saw that the Banu of Adam, that they were beautiful, and they took Ashaf, Nashim for themselves from all those whom they chose. Then Yahuah said, my Ruach shall not strive with Adam alone.
Why?
In their erring, he is Basar.
Matter of fact, get me Aki Chris, get me Bereshit chapter 2 and give me 2 and 7. Listen.
Then Yahuah Elohim formed Adam of dust from the Adumah and breathed into his nostrils the breath of Kai.
He did what?
Breathed into his nostrils the breath of Kai. And Adam became a Kai Nafash. Yahuah Elohim planted a gun toward the Kadim in Adon, and there he placed Adam, whom he had formed. Out of the Adumah, Yahuah Elohim caused to grow every ox that is pleasing to the and tube for food. The ox of Kai also in the midst of the gun, and the ox of Da'ath and tube and Rosha. Now a Nahar flowed out of Adon to Mayim the gun, and from there it divided and became into 4 heads.
Go ahead and jump over and get me the third chapter, Aki Chris.
Yes, sir.
3 and 14. Make it 3 and 10. Listen.
He said, Ashama, you are called in the gun, and I was Ara. I'm sorry, and I was Yara because I was naked, so I hid myself. And he said, who told you that you were naked? From the ox of which I commanded you not to eat from it, have you eaten?
Matter of fact, you know what he told him? He said, why did he say he went and hid himself?
Yara, afraid.
He was afraid. Why was he afraid?
Disobeyed.
Because he was naked. He was uncovered. I couldn't hide what I had done. I had tried to do something to try to hide myself, and now I find myself realizing I couldn't even hide. I couldn't even hide. The thing that I did was wrong, and because I knew it was wrong, I went and I hid myself because I didn't want you to behold my shame. I wanted to try to hide myself. I didn't want you to see what I had done. Because what was going to happen when you saw what I'd done? You realized that you made me, you formed me in what image? And according to what likeness? So you made me, and you give me an opportunity to be formed like you, to be like you, to look like you, and I went out and I've done something else. So now I try to cover myself and try to hide myself. And now that you've come back, I realize that really the thing I tried to cover myself with was insufficient. And I'm only naked. Even my clothes, the things I try to hide myself with. And you know what the thing is we saw that with Adam and Yahuah because they tried to put on leaves, but look at the things that we try to put on. They try to pretend like we're good. And I'm still formed and just like in your image. I'm holding to what you told me to do, Yahuah. I'm here on your Shabbat, Yahuah. I got a scarf on, Yahuah. I don't have on shorts or whatever it is you might be. I got on my teesies, Yahuah. But guess what happened? You're really naked. You just try to put on these things to try to clothe yourself, try to look like you have something on, but your clothing is insufficient.
Right.
What you should have clothed yourself with was what? Yahushua HaMashiach. That's exactly right. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to put on. Because guess what? Guess what happened when he come back? Matter of fact, in Abarim chapter 4, you know what he said? All things were? All things were open and naked in his sight. So that meant that, guess what? That meant regardless of what I put on the scarves, regardless of what I put on the teesies, regardless of whether I coming on the Shabbat, he know what's in here. Right. He judged the hearts of men. That's what he was coming back to looking for. That's why you know what he told you about Dawood? Dawood told you that. Dawood said he hid the word in his heart that he might not sin against him. Right. But then the writers told you that Dawood had the heart of him. You know why? Because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the heart in the man. Matter of fact, what he told, he said, oh, if there was such a lie, that they would believe. That way it'd be well with you. With you and your benin. That's what he was looking for. I'm looking for the lob of a man. You can try to put those things on, but really what it come down to is the thing that's on the outside is not what defiles you, it's what's on the inside of you. And what's on the inside of you shows what's on the outside. So the thing that you look at is, well, what's the difference between me if I'm right and I put it on, if I'm wrong and I put it on? The difference is the man that put it on and he right, he ain't got to hide. The man that put it on and he ain't got no sin in him, guess what happens when he come back? He can go boldly before the throne. Guess what Adam and Yahuah had to go and do when Yahuah came? They had to go and hide. You know why? Because they had tried to put on something, but my works was insufficient. My work showed was really on the outside. Come on, go ahead and go back to, matter of fact, go ahead, keep reading that 3rd chapter.
Adam said, the Asha whom you gave to be with me, she gave me from the ox, and I ate. Then Yahuah Elohim said to the Asha, what is this you have done? And the Asha said, the Nakash deceived me, and I ate.
Matter of fact, hold me, Yahuah chapter 6 and 63. Go ahead, come on back right there. Read that again for me, and then we'll jump over that Yahuah. They call it the book of John, chapter 6 and 63. Matter of fact, we'll start at 6 and 60. Listen.
Then Yahuah Elohim said to the Asha, what is this you have done? And the Asha said, the Nakash deceived me, and I ate.
Go ahead. This is Yahuah chapter 6, and that's 63. Listen to the book. 6 and 60? Listen.
When many of his Talmudim Shama, they said this debar is difficult. Who is able to Shama it? Yahushua understood in his law that his Talmudim complained about this. So he said to them, has this become an obstacle for you? Even when you see the Ben of Adam going up to where he was there before. The Ruach gives Kai, but the Basar is of no benefit.
He said, what gives Kai?
The Ruach gives Kai.
So what was it that Adam would have gotten when Yahuah formed him? He'd have got the Ruach. I put the Ruach of life in you. Not the Ruach of everlasting life, but he gave him the Ruach of life. And guess what happened? That's how you're supposed to have your mobility. That's how you're supposed to be acting, based on what's in you. So if the Ruach was in me, then that meant that everything that I would be doing would be according to what? Would be according to the Ruach. So now, when I look at myself and I realize that I'm doing things contrary to what the word says, then what did that tell me? You don't have the Ruach in you.
Right.
You have a Ruach. Matter of fact, we'll see what that Ruach is. Hold me also, Uriah chapter 11, 11 I think and 14. But come on, listen to the book. This still Yahuah.
The Ruach gives Kai, but the Basar is of no benefit.
He said the flesh was of no benefit. The Ruach is what come in to give life. Come on.
The Dabarim that I have spoken to you.
The who?
Dabarim that I have spoken to you.
The one that I kept to myself.
That I have spoken to you.
I gave it to you. What is it?
Are Ruach, and they are Kai.
Go ahead, jump back over to that Barber sheet, chapter 3. Listen.
And Yahuah Elohim said to the Nakash, because you have done this, cursed are you more than all cattle, and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat, all the yamim of your Kai.
All the days of your life. Your whole life gonna be full of punishment because of the wrong you done. So now when you look at your life and you're like, why am I suffering so much? Why you think the answer is? Because of what you done. That's why you're going through what you're going through, because of the sins you committed. So if I don't want to keep going through what I'm going through, what I need to do? Stop committing sin. But the thing is, we'll look at it like, oh man, my life's so bad, I just want to die. Oh, why Yahuah punishing me? What? You're exactly right. Why is Yahuah punishing you? Because of your actions. That's the reason why he'll punish you. That's the reason why you got so much stuff going on and you have no shalom. Come on.
And I shall put enmity between you and the Asha, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. The Asha, he said, to the Asha, he said, I shall greatly multiply your pain in childbirth.
I'm going to greatly multiply your pain in childbirth.
In pain you shall bring forth benin, yet your desire shall be for your husband.
And what is he going to do?
And he shall rule over you.
He going to rule over you.
Then to Adam he said, because you have shama to the call of your Asha.
Matter of fact, you know what? Even right there. Why would he? Matter of fact, read that. What verse you at now?
This is 17.
He had 3 and 17. Get me 3 and 15 again. Let's see. Let's see something. I know I caught a lot of stuff. We won't get to it all today. A lot of stuff going through my mind, but I do Yahuah for it because he gives us what we need. Come on.
And I shall put enmity between you and the Ashah, and between your seed and her seed.
He said, I'm going to put hatred between you and who?
You and the Ashah, and between your seed and her seed.
Why would there be a hatred between the woman and the serpent? Let's see. What did the serpent cause to fall upon man? Sin and death. That was the cause of the fall. So now I have a hatred towards you. And because I hate the serpent, what did the serpent do for me? Hate me back. Because you know what happened? Because when I gave you something, guess what happened to me? I got cursed. So both of us have a mutual hatred to each other based upon what happened when we got together. Because me and you got together and nothing happened, but I failed and you failed, I hate you and you hate me. So now let's see what he said they'll desire.
He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel.
Man gonna bust the serpent's head, and the serpent gonna bruise the heel of the man.
To the Ashah he said, I shall gadal multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain you shall bring forth benin. Yet your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you.
Amazingly, why would her desire be to her husband now, and he was gonna rule over her? Because that's why I should have listened to the first time. Had I listened to my husband, I would have never listened to the serpent. The only reason why I fell into sin because of who I was listening to. Because I had an outside influence that came against the Ruach that was speaking to me. Matter of fact, you know what happened? Who did Yahuah tell about eating the tree? Adam. So guess what would have happened? How did Yahuah begin to know what Yahuah had said? Through Adam. So it's almost like the bar that Adam spoke to Yahuah. What was it?
Ruach and life.
They were Ruach and they were life. But the thing that you have to look at is because she had took on another influence, guess what she had gotten? The Ruach of death. She got the Ruach of death. It yielded her death because she had another Ruach that had took over her. That's the whole purpose of us making sure that we coming in and hearing the word is really taking hold. Because if I come and I hear the word, but then I go out and I allow another Ruach to take control of me, then what good was the Ruach I had the first time? You think you're gonna have two Ruachs in you? I got the Ruach of Elohim and the Ruach of Katah and Mut, and it's just still here? No. That's why even in the, give me Romans 8:1-2, have mercy. We're gonna call the whole book in a minute. This is Romans chapter 8 at verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Listen to the book.
There is then now no condemnation for those in which they are in the Mashiach Yahushua, who do not halak after the basar.
That don't do what?
Halak after the basar.
How did she go out there and eat the fruit? Walking after the flesh. She never said nothing about what it was going to do to her Ruach. This is the only thing that was going to profit her flesh. Right. Come on.
But according to the Ruach, for the Torah of the Ruach of Kai, which
for the law of what?
Of the Ruach of Kai.
The spirit of life. The law that has the law attached to the spirit of life. What it do?
Which in the Mashiach Yahushua has released me to free from the Torah of Katah and of Mut. Amazingly.
So if a Ruach of life had to come in to free me, then what had me bound?
Yep.
The Ruach of Mut. So that meant that I got to be under the control of one or the other. It's only one Ruach is going to take full control. That's the whole purpose of us coming in and hearing the word. So guess what the bar of life should be able to do? It should be able to take control and drive out the Ruach of Mut. It should drive out the matter of fact, just like we talked about when light came into the alarm, what happened? Guess what happened? If we cut all the lights off, guess what will fill the room? But guess what had happened if I cut the lights on? The darkness to leave because the two are contrary to each other. That's why he told you couldn't serve two masters. That's why he said two can't walk together except they be agreed. Darkness and light, they don't agree. The law of sin and the law of Mut, guess what? They don't agree with the law of life. Right. So if I'm under the captivity of one, I can't be under the freedom that comes being under the captivity of the other. Matter of fact, even so, because I said the captivity, guess what? How do we all come into Mizraim? We came into the captivity of it, but that's because life was in it. That's the reason why we came unto it. Because it was a famine. Upon where? So that meant that the only way I was going to be able to get life, what was I going to have to do? I was going to have to come under the captivity of Mizraim, because that's what the place where life was. Right. So even then, I look at it like this. Okay, yeah, it's captivity of me being here, but I get life being here. I live being here. If I stay without and I'm under my own freedom, so I believe, I'm under the captivity of death, because that's the only thing he can get me. I can't get nothing but death, because food, nourishment, life, substantiating life was only where? Mizraim. You won't believe it. Guess what life is? In Yahushua. So now, this is what I look at. Even though he told me to stand fast in the liberty which Yahushua had made us free and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage, that's good. But guess what? I'm under the law of the Mashiach too. Because guess what? The same way he gave me freedom is captivity at the same time. Mm-hmm. But I look at my captivity yields me life. Mm-hmm. My servitude to Yahushua leaves me what? It leaves me life. If I stay under the captivity of sin and death, what's it going to yield me? Yeah. Because the wages of sin is what? Yeah. That's the compensation. That's the only thing it can give me. That's why he told you the wages of sin is death. Because you're doing a work, right? Mm-hmm. I got to give you something. Yeah. So if I do the works that are conducive to life, they're conducive to what Yahushua has commanded me to do, then what is it going to yield me? It's going to yield me life. That's the whole thing. It's all about who you want to be under the captivity of. Which Ruach do you want? Yeah, people that say, oh yeah, I want the Spirit. I want the Spirit. I want the Holy Ghost. Okay, but what is that Spirit going to get you? It's like the terminology of being Kadash. You could be Kadash to anything. I can be separated for sin and death. Mm-hmm. I can be separated for life. It's all about what are you Kadash to? Right. Who are you Kadash to? Right. To who do you belong? Yep. Who is your Elohim? Who is your master? Who are you the slave of? Mm-hmm. Yep. Because if my master can't give me nothing, then what's the purpose of me being his slave? It don't yield me nothing. Me and him, we can't do nothing but die together. The same thing with the serpent and man. We can't do nothing but die together. Both of us can't do nothing but hurt each other. But what happens if I be with Yahushua? Benefit. He give me the benefit of life. That's why I'm under his captivity, because I look at what he can give me. Right. Go ahead and jump back over to that Barashit, chapter 6. We jumped a lot around, but we went everywhere he wanted us to go. So far from what I originally intended in my mind, but we went everywhere he wanted us to go. Come on. This is Barashit, chapter 6. They call it the book of Genesis. Listen to the book.
Starting at verse 1?
What had you at? 4? 3? Listen to the book.
Then Yahuah said, my Ruach shall not strive with Adam Alam. Mm-hmm. In their erring he is Basar, mm-hmm. and his Yamim shall be 120 Shanim. Mm-hmm.
He said, my what's not going to strive with them always?
My Ruach shall
not. My Ruach. Because guess how you took on life? Ruach. According to the Ruach. So now because you've done things contrary, and now you walked according to what? The flesh. Mm-hmm. Your flesh is how you keep erring, because you keep going to what's appeasing to your flesh. Yeah. I go out to what make me feel good, what make me look good in the eyes of other people, as opposed to what make me look good in his eyes. Because if all things are open and naked with him, then guess what I can hide something from you, Lee. Yeah. I can tell you, hey, Shalom, Big Lee, you doing all right? Yes, he don't know. I hate this man. Mm-hmm. I hate him with all my heart. I hate this man. Mm-hmm. He has no idea of that. But you know who does know? Yahuah. Yeah. So that meant that when I come in, oh, how do Yahuah? Hallelujah, yeah. Come on, y'all give him praise. Yeah. Guess what? You can do that, but he sees what's in your lap. You can't hide it from him. Right. So guess what? You can keep coming in, praising Yahuah. Oh, Yahuah is so good. Oh, Yahuah is my Abba. Say whatever you want to, but guess what happens when you look at your lap? Mm-hmm. That's what he going to be able to judge and see what's really in you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why even when they came down, they were trying to figure out who was going to follow and who was going to take Yehuda's bishopric. What they said they had to look to Yahuah, because he judged based on the law. Mm-hmm. He was going to be the one to be able to see, because I don't know. Yeah. You've been here with us the whole time, but let's see what Yahuah say. Yeah. If we're looking at it, they looking at the two things. They can't even compare. Mm-hmm. They looking at it like, okay, I see you. You've been here. Mikael been here too. So really, I don't know who's greater. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's why they needed Yahuah to be able to come in and look on the law. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think that's no, it's okay. It takes us another direction too. Go ahead and jump back over to that Barashit. I think you're still there. Go ahead. 6 and 4 now?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
The Nephilim were on the Arats in those Yamim, and also afterward, when the Bani of Elohim came in to the Banuth of Adam, and they bore to them, they were mighty Anashim who were of old, Anashim of renown. Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, go ahead and drop that. Get me that Oriah. Chapter 11, I think I told you 14. They're called the book of Luke. I got some really good advice last weekend. Talked to a really good op. He gave me some great advice. Awesome advice. Yeah. He said, you do good. He said, but you're just a little fast. You need to slow down a little bit. We didn't do that this time, but y'all willing. Y'all keep watching. Y'all keep watching. We're going to get there. I'm going to get better, y'all willing. Come on, this is all y'all that called the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 14. Listen.
And it came to pass on a Yom, he was driving out a Shadim that it was mute. And it came to pass when the Shadim came out, the mute Ish spoke, and the armed were amazed. There were some of them who said, by Beelzebub,
He said that there was a ruach in them. Matter of fact, read it again. Let's see.
And it came to pass on a Yom, he was driving out a Shadim that was mute.
He was driving out a Shadim that was mute. Well, couldn't speak.
And it came to pass when the Shadim came out, the mute man spoke, and the armed were amazed.
So what was restricting the man from being able to speak? The ruach that was in him. Because of the ruach that was in him, it restricted him from being able to do what he needed to do. So now the reason why they'd be able to see, okay, there's a difference now is because I see you doing what you've been commanded to do. You're doing what's natural. It's natural for me to do what Yahuah commands. I'm going against, every time I go and I do something against what the word says, I'm going against doing something contrary to what nature tells me to do. Because Yahuah has naturally dictated for a man to live according to the word. But you know how I know that? Because I made you in my image and in my likeness. So when I made you, I originally intended for you to live according to my word, because that's how I live. Right. So the only way that you could go contrary to me is you got to do something against the nature. That's why you're doing something against the word. Just like he told you about with the homosexuals. He told you that what Elohim do? He gave them up. So that way they could defy themselves. They're doing something contrary to nature. Right. It's not even natural for you to do these things. Now you can look at the homosexual and say it's not even natural. But guess what he said when he said you're doing sin?
Not natural.
You's a homosexual.
That's right.
You's a homosexual. And you know what Elohim did to you?
Gave him up.
He gave you up. You know why he gave you up? Because of the ruach that's in you. I'm not going to stay in the house with that evil ruach you got. You rejected me and allowed another ruach to take possession of you. That's why I talk about a man being possessed. Right? They talk about a man being possessed, right? And you know what they'll tell you, what they say in the movies? Whenever they got a man, they doing the ecstasy, you know what they say? They say the power of Yahuah constraineth you. It constrains you. That's what they got to look at. So in order for me to get freed from the ruach that's taking me, I have to come under the control of another. Now I'm constrained by the power of the word. And the word that he speak unto me, what were they? That's how you're going to get it. That's how you get the exorcism. You ain't got to go out and watch a movie called The Exorcist. Every time you coming in and hearing the word, guess what's happening? That's an exorcism. That's an exorcism by the power of the word, by the power of the ruach. I'm trying to drive the evil ruach out of a man. So now, guess what happened when it's time? When Yahuah comes, you ain't got to go and hide. And he got a place he can abide.
That's right.
Because he said in the 3rd chapter of the book of Kazum, what did he say he do?
And at the door.
He said, I stand at the door knocking. Now what did he say? If any man that do what?
Open it.
You got to hear the voice, and then you got to open.
Yes, sir.
He said, if any man hear my voice and open, he'll come in and I'll abide with you.
Right.
I'll sup with you. What did Adam and Yahuah do when Yahuah came? Because they said they did what? They heard the call. I heard the sound. So there was no way I could abide with you if you went and hid yourself from me, because you didn't open. You restricted yourself to me. Matter of fact, you closed the doors of your love. You closed it so I couldn't even come in. You came under the captivity of another.
Right.
That's the reason why you ain't got it, folks. You look at it and you wonder, why I ain't got the ruach? What's restricting me? The ruach that you already got. In order for you to get one, you got to get rid of the other.
That's right.
Come on, let's see how that makes sense. Listen.
There were some of them who said, by Beelzebub, the Shar of the Shadim, he drives out Shadim. There were some who tested him and asked him for a ot from the Shamayim. He yada their thoughts and said to them,
Chris, get me, I think it's Beth Barnabas 2:19. Matter of fact, start me at 2:18. We'll get ready to close it out there. That's the book of 2 Timothy, they call it. Come on, Big Lee.
He yada their thoughts and said to them, every Malkuth divided against itself shall be destroyed, and a bet shall fall against a bet. Even if Satan is divided against himself, how then shall his Malkuth remain firm? For you say that by Beelzebub I drive out the Shadim. And if I drive out Shadim by Beelzebub, by whom do your Beni drive them out? Therefore, they shall be your Shaphatim.
You know, he's trying to get them to understand. It would make no sense that I'd be able to drive out an evil spirit by another evil spirit. The only way I could do it was by what? By the true and living. By the true and living Elohim. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to drive it out of you. Even in the even so, we talked about how the Ruach that sent a man to take over. In the second chapter of the book of Acts of the Shalakim, when they began to hear this people speak, what did they believe? They said they were drunk. They were drunk with new wine. And he said, these people are not drunk. You know why they thought that? Because I saw what you're doing. It's because of spirits in you. And the evil spirits in you, that's the only reason why you can be doing that. That's why, you go to the liquor store, what they call it?
Spirits.
The house of spirits. It's a house of spirits. So now when I go on and drinking it, what am I taking in? I'm taking in the Ruach. So now you look at it and you say, well, I don't go and get drunk. Well, you drunk with the cares of the world. What type of spirit you think you got in you?
Right.
Why you think you're doing what you're doing?
Right.
Because you're full of spirit. You're full of new wine. You full of things. The fullness that you got of the wine, being drunk from the cares of this world, is what's stopping you from taking on the Ruach Elohim. So in order for me to get the Ruach Elohim, what I got to do? I got to put down the other spirit. That's why he told you, even if you keep reading, we ain't going to have the time now. He told you about the unclean spirit. When it go out of a man, he said, and it go and it's seeking rest. And what it find? Find none. Why wouldn't the evil spirit be able to find rest? Because in the 57th chapter of the book of Yahuah, what he told you? It's no shalom. Say my Elohim to the wicked.
Right.
So if the wicked can't get rest, why would the evil spirit be able to get rest? It couldn't do it. It's searching, trying to find somebody to get into. Why you think the serpent did what he did? I'm trying to find somebody I can influence with what I got. What you think the people out here trying to do? Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I just want to be wrong by myself. I don't want to mess you up. I would never imagine trying to get you off. No, I want to get you off. Misery loves what?
Okay.
Oh, you know what the best company is? You. You be the best company for misery. That's why it wants you. Now, what you have to do? Guard yourself. You got to reject it and guard yourself against it. The only reason why I would guard myself because I rejected it, because I don't want it. The same similar to the why you ain't got the Ruach, because you rejected it and you guarded yourself against it. Come on. Oh, go ahead and give me that Beth Barnard, but we ran out of time. We could have went somewhere else too, now that we got this far. But how do you? Beth Barnard, they call the book of 2 Timothy 2:19 should be what I want off the top of my head. Listen.
But the firm foundation of Elohim shall not fail, having this seal, Yahuah, Yada those who are his.
Having this who?
Seal.
Having this seal. Oh, amazingly. So guess how I can keep something else from taking over what's already in it? Matter of fact, you know what I do? If I take a bag of chips, in the Ruby Bridges movie, I think I watched that too. Ruby Bridges, she had this thing when she started going to the school, she had this fear that people were going to try to poison her. So the only thing that she would eat was something that was sealed. So she would only eat a fresh sealed bag of chips. She would only drink a fresh sealed bottle of Coca-Cola, according to the movie. Now, if the movie was wrong, then that killed this whole point. But the whole point of that is she wanted something that was sealed, because if it was sealed, then I know nobody could have put nothing in it to poison it. Guess how Adam and Yahuah got the poison from the serpent? It wasn't sealed. So now, guess how you're going to be kept from the poison of this world? You got to be sealed. And he said, now having this seal, Yahuah knows what?
Those who are his.
You know why? Because they ain't got the world in them, but guess what they got in them?
Ruach.
The Ruach of Elohim. Now, guess what? If you want Yahuah to know that you're his, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to get the Ruach of Elohim, and you're going to have to be sealed with it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, are you sealed with the Ruach? Yeah. Are you covered with the blood of the Lamb? Tell me, are you sealed with the Ruach? Are you the seed of the Abraham? That's my time. How do you want?
You are listening to Dr. Evie.